Hello and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Cleavage. So today I'm making salmon, so I'm wearing my salmon dress. But this time I'm gonna smoke it. So what I wanna do is I'm gonna smoke it tomorrow. So I wanna marinate it, right? And you put all this on it, and this is all gonna pull the juice out of the salmon. So you're gonna see tomorrow when I take it out, it's gonna have liquid on, that's why it's gonna be liquid on the bottom of the pan. So I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar right here. So we're gonna just put that on top of the salmon. Don't worry, I'm gonna push it down. I'm gonna push it down. But first you just wanna kind of make sure all of the fish is getting it. Now I've done this before with, this is wild caught salmon, but I've done it before with the type of salmon I used last time to bake. And I don't know, something about smoking it, it's so much better with this one. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it's thinner or what. But this is my preferred way of having the wild caught salmon. Just so y'all know. So I'm going to do all that. And then I'm just going to press it in. Now some of it fell on the side. So just kind of press it in and make sure it gets all over the salmon. Just like that. And I've also done this with dill instead of, I'm using Italian seasoning today. I've done it both ways, and I don't know. I did it last time with dill, and I don't think it came out as good. But you can use dill if you like dill better. So this is this little mixture. I knew I was going to be touching the salmon, so I measured it all out before I started the video. But this is just 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon. It calls for 1 teaspoon of pepper, but I don't really like too much pepper, and you don't want to overpower it. So I just use like 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, and then a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, or like I said, dill. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix all this together, right? And kind of rub it around like that so that it pulls the flavor out, because these seasonings have been dry, right? You want to open the flavors back up. I think I've talked to y'all about that before. So anyway, you want to just sprinkle that on top. You can do it 1 by 1 too. I usually do it 1 by 1, but since I was doing it for the camera and I knew I'd be touching the salmon, I was like, well, I can't really measure it. After that, touch my hand to one of the containers. So this is the way I'm doing it now. That's even starting to smell so good right now. We don't even have it cooking yet. Oh yeah, that looks great. Make sure I got all of it. And you know, like I always say about cooking, it's not an exact, you know, baking's exact. But cooking, you don't really have to have exact measurements of stuff. If you like a little bit more of this, or you want a little bit less salt, even if you don't like salt at all, you know, you don't like pepper at all, whatever. Or if you want to experiment with other things, you know, that's possible too. So I'm gonna get my cover and cover this. I'll be right back. Okay, so the salmon is done, and I'm gonna cover it. I have this nifty little cover thing. If you just have a casserole dish with no cover, you can just cover it with saran wrap. And then you just stick it in the fridge overnight. Put it in there. And then I'll be back. Okay, so welcome back. This has been marinating overnight. And I took it out about 15 minutes to get to room temperature. So now we're gonna go outside and put it in the smoker. And so I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the smoker. And I'm gonna put it in here on the top grill shelf right there. I have gloves on so I can grab it. Ooh. And put, ooh! I gotta get something to pull this back out. I'll be right back, okay? Okay, so it's in there, and you want to cook it on 250 for an hour. Hey, while the salmon is smoking, I wanted to tell y'all that I actually started a new channel on Patreon called Drinks After Dark. And if y'all want to join me, the link's below. And I'm just going to be making cocktails and talking about the cocktails and maybe the history behind the cocktails in very flattering loungewear. Anyway, I hope I see y'all there. Okay, so now while the salmon's smoking, I thought it'd be a really good idea to make darkened Stormies. I'm not sure if I did this for y'all before, but in any case, this is probably the quickest, the shortest amount of time we've ever spent on a Cooking with Cleavage. Because think about it, you're not sitting in front of a hot stove, you know, cooking. It's just marinate, put in the refrigerator, light the smoker, put it in the smoker, come back in an hour. I mean, it's so easy. And anyway, I think I've talked to y'all about this before. I started using this black strap rum, and it makes the best darkened Stormies. Now that when I go out and order darkened Stormies in restaurants or bars, I don't really like it as much as my own. So anyway, it's a 4 count like I always say, and I'm going to repeat. I know I've said this before. You want to make sure that your glasses have ice all the way up to the top, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why they have spill mats at bars, because it just spills. But anyway, the whole point is because liquor actually is going to melt the ice a little bit, right? And then ginger beer. I like gospel ginger beer. They have it in cans too. You just fill it up. Oh, I forgot to put the lime juice in there. And then lime juice. I'm going to put a little bit in my cameraman. My cameraman doesn't like a lot of lime juice, and I'm going to give myself. Looks like he got, this is his, because he got the least amount, and mine got a little bit more. Don't you think that's the way it was? So anyway, then you want to stir it all. Now you might want to just squeeze, cut the lime in squeezes and squeeze it in there, but I just found I like it better this way. Just squeeze the lime juice in advance, and then, that looks like it's going to be so good. So another reason why you need a spill mat like that. And I think this is the one that had more. So cheers. Okay, so I took the salmon out of the smoker after 45 minutes. You can leave it in for an hour, and I've done both. I don't know, sometimes it cooks more than others at an hour, and sometimes it cooks more than others at 45 minutes, but you just have to kind of play with it. I usually like when I cook salmon the other way, I like it pretty rare, so I don't mind a not completely cooked salmon, if you know what I mean. But I'm not going to take a taste of this right now because I'm bringing this to a Festivus for the Rest of Us party tonight. Yes, it's 84 in New Orleans today on getting ready to go into Christmas week, This is right before Christmas week. So lovely. Anyway, this is a perfect thing to bring for a party. I noticed last time when I brought it, and I got some cream cheese. It was cream cheese and roasted red pepper spread. And I got a little container of, it was a cream cheese dip with caramelized onions and garlic. And then I got a jar of capers. And I put, a little to-go fork on each one or whatever. And some saltine crackers. And it was a perfect, everybody could take some, this, bite. It's a perfect little bite, If you had time, you could even prep it that way. But anyway, this is easier, And if you have ideas for what I could bring to a party, could you comment below? Because I find that it's always super hard to come up with, what to bring to a party. And the other day, I looked through so many links to try to find things to bring to a party, and it was like, I can't believe it's so much stuff that I wouldn't bring to a party. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoy this. I hope you you make this for yourselves or for a party, because there's, it is festival season. And I hope y'all have a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you, I feel like, before New Year's. But anyway, y'all have fun. Happy everything, and thank you for joining me for another episode of Cooking with Cleavage.